the first season, we divided the ground into 16 blocks by drawing 4 channels drawn parallel to the touch lines, which cut across the 4 channels drawn parallel to the goal lines. It was then shown how the 4 blocks created match a 4-4-2 system perfectly when the team is attacking. What wasn't explained was how this method could be used to organize a team when defending, and also how it can be used when implementing formations that don't have an even number in the formation, such as 4-4-2. We'll begin with a 4-4-2 defensive structure simply because understanding the 4-4-2 structure, which is the foundation of all football formations, will make it easier to relate to all the other formations. Before we begin though, I must first explain a basic concept used when discussing formations. The concept is to be compact when defending and expansive when attacking. This means that when attacking or when in possession of the ball, the players need to create as much space as possible to allow for easy fluidity across the pitch. I need to slightly digress and make one thing absolutely clear. Some people or teams don't believe that when a team is in possession of the ball, then they are said to be the attacking team. There are quite a few individuals and teams out there that gain possession only to keep the ball and bore the opposition and spectators to death until the opposition makes a mistake. It is then that the team in possession attacks. For this system, playing quickly to force a mistake isn't the plan. In this series on formations, I will first dwell on using formations to play entertaining and attacking football, and then include the slow, boring tactics. And now back to being compact when defending. I want you to imagine a sieve, a strainer, or to be more descriptive, a pot with lots of tiny holes in it, either randomly placed or methodically. What is important is that there are lots of holes. I want you to imagine that what would happen if you poured water into this pot? All the water would go through quite easily, correct? Maybe not super fast, but the water would get through. Now, what if there's just 1, 2, 3 or 4 tiny holes? What would happen then? The water would still get through, but it would take time. Now imagine if you're standing on a football ground on the halfway line, and you have a football at your feet. In front of you, you can see the entire half, and that's the goal you're supposed to be scoring into. There's so much space, isn't there? Let's drop in the players in a 4-4-2 formation against your team, including the goalkeeper. Now, the space has lessened, but there are still huge gaps that your players could easily squeeze through. It's time to change the analogy slightly. Instead of players in a 4-4-2 formation playing against your team, let's convert each player into a brick wall. There's a lot of space you can see between the walls from where you're standing here. Now, what I'll do is I'll ask the walls to join up end to end while staying in the 4-4-2 formation. Now the walls are sticking wall to wall, and I need to ask you how much space you see. It's quite clear that there's no space at all, except for down both flanks and the space over the wall. That is what it means when the team is compact when defending. It should have crossed your mind to try and get around the wall. You can either dribble around it or pass the ball to your teammate that's on the flank. Take a look at what the wall's doing. The wall is moving across the width of the pitch in a compact formation. This means that when your teammate on the flank receives the ball from you, he or she will see the same thing you saw, which is compact defensive formation. From the attacker's viewpoint, some things are unclear, and I'll clear them up before ending this episode. The defending team is compact everywhere, side to side and back to front as well. There are 2 types of compact defending, and one is based on defending in the opponent's half in such a way that the onus is on trying to win the ball back as quickly as possible so that the pressure can be placed immediately on the opponent as the goal is nearby, and compact defending in one's own half. And that is all for this episode. while the focus is on expanding your understanding of every concept, and we will dwell on this compact defending letter again in the next episode. The plan is to move on to using the block tactical strategy when using a non-4-4-2 formation. Siyabonga and salagahle.